Hi everybody, we're getting a new report just over the weekend. 4 Yahoo boys die in a car crash. Now, this is coming from The Nation, that's the newspaper, The Nation. Now, this thing happened on Saturday about 4 a.m. on Saturday. That's very early in the morning. Now, obviously, this thing is very sad. It's very, very sad to the families of the people who died. It's very sad to the friends of those people. It's very sad to people who knew them and all of those things like that. But it's something that everybody is starting to realize that this thing is getting a lot more common than ever before. Like, it is almost like this thing is happening like a lot more. Every single time, every single year, every single period, this thing just keeps coming up. And everybody's trying to wonder what is causing this? Why is this thing always happening? Now, in the past, we used to have situations where it would be SARS, that's the disbanded police unit that would chase those people to their death and things like that. The Yahoo boys, the G boys. Now, that's what used to happen in the past. Now, those guys have been disbanded. Of course, we know that we still have, yes, people who are taking on the roles of the SARS in the police unit or in the police force right now. So it's not like anything really happened all that much. But of course, at least that unit was disbanded thanks to the NSAS protest. Everybody understands that. Now, this particular issue is that what actually happened in this case is that, yes, the vehicle that had an accident was a Lexus car, like very nice Lexus car, just 2 days old, which means they just bought the car. Like, it's very new. They just bought the car. It's only 2 days old. And they were coming back after a night of clubbing. So they had gone out, had good time, clubbing and all of that, probably because of the car also. Maybe, we just bought the car, let's go and, just flex and all of that. So it could be one of those things like that. So they did all of that. And when they were coming back, there were two cars. One of the cars was the Lexus. The other one was, they were going back home together. And then I don't know who came up with the idea, but I guess one of them, according to reports, came up with the idea that they should, try to know who has the fastest car. Whose car is fastest? So whose car, has more power, more automotive power and all of that. So they tried that out and then started racing each other on the highway. And of course, this all happened at Ughelli, that's Delta State. So while racing, one of them lost control. That would be the Lexus car, lost control and ran into an 18-wheeler truck parking somewhere else on the side of the road. Ran into that and 4 people, there were 5 in the car, 4 people died on the spot. Just imagine that. This is completely unnecessary. This is completely unneeded. Now, it is obvious. A lot of people are going to be thinking that the influence of alcohol, the influence of drinking must be part of this. Why would you want to do that? It is dark. It's early in the morning. Why would you want to do such a thing, racing each other? Like, what is going on with these people? What is wrong with you? Now, I understand because you have a whole lot of cash in your hands and you just had a good time. Must be one of those things like that, Adrenaline and all of those things must have had an effect on you. But again, it is probably just the drinking, because this, honestly, guys, this is one of the reasons why you are advised not to drink and drive. Driving under the influence of alcohol is very deadly, because things that you wouldn't do in your normal senses, you would do it when you are drunk. That's basically what it is. Things, maneuvers that you wouldn't do if you are in your regular sense, you would take those maneuvers. You would take risks that you wouldn't take if let's say you were not drunk. The risk that you wouldn't take in those situations, you're going to take a whole lot more than that if you are drunk. That's basically how it is, because you will not be able to judge things accurately anymore. Your sense of judgment of situations, of danger, and all sorts of things will be drastically reduced, will be drastically sort of diminished. So you won't be able to control yourself all that much. That's the problem. People that are drunk have it difficult walking on a straight line drawn on the road. It's one of those things that police officers can do. Of course, we don't do it so much in Nigeria, but over there in the United States, one of the things they do, apart from the breathalyzer test, which of course you are going to breathe into a device that is going to calculate just how much drunk you are. Now, apart from that, one of the things they just do to test whether this guy is drunk or not is they simply draw a line with chalk on the road. They draw the line there and they ask you to trek on that line. maintain your distance, maintain everything, walk on the line. If you are drunk, you will be unable to trek on that line. It is basically impossible for you to do it. You are going to start acting like you want to fall off a cliff. That's how you are going to be acting if you are on a line like that. And you are on a perfectly level ground. You are not falling off anywhere. You're just asked to walk on a line. So if somebody can be so impaired that they cannot walk on a line while they're actually on level surface ground, how do you think they are supposed to be able to drive with common sense if they are in a vehicle? That's why they're not supposed to be behind the wheels. But instead of that, you're going to see a whole bunch of friends going over to the bar, going over to nightclubs, drinking themselves to stupor, and then driving themselves back home. Now, this isn't going to happen every single day. You're not going to have a situation like this every single time, but every single time you go over to the nightclub and you're coming back home and you guys are drunk, you are asking for something like this. Honestly, that's what is there. As much as we all feel sad about this situation, we have to be very, 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 very serious about this. And, we have to be frank with ourselves. This thing is avoidable. It's very sad and it's an avoidable death. Like, it's very, very avoidable. It is not something that it should have happened. I mean, what do you think is going to be the situation of the parents right now? What do you think is going to be the situation of the family members right now? Do you think they're going to think that the race or whatever those guys did was worth it? It's completely not worth it. Obviously not worth it. Dying over something as frivolous as trying to know whose car is fastest. That's just ludicrous. Again, what I'm just going to say finally is that, guys, please be safe out there. Do what you have to do. Like, we don't have spare lives. Just do what you have to do. Be moderate. Don't do things over and beyond. Be moderate. Be moderate. Again, a lot of people are going to be saying that this is probably just karma. That is, Yahoo boys, you have been duping people, you have been scamming people out of their hard-earned monies and all of that. And maybe this is just all those curses that those people have placed on you getting back at you. Maybe this is just, Nemesis catching up with you. Maybe this is just you getting your right comeuppance for all of those things you have done to people, hurting people. And some people don't even really understand. People that are not into these Yahoo things, or they are not close to people who do that, they really don't understand that these things, it's not just about duping somebody. When you dupe somebody out of their hard-earned savings, maybe their life savings, let's say somebody in the United States, you dupe them out of their 401k, you dupe them out of their life savings. What do you think is going to happen? Some of those people fall seriously ill, and some of them are admitted in the hospital. Some of them die from it. It's not something that doesn't have a serious life consequence on those people that you're duping. Yes, they are like thousands of miles away from you in the United States. They're not even black. They are white people. So you probably think they don't really exist and all of those things like that. But these people are real human beings. For you to do that to real human beings, maybe it's just karma getting back at you. Maybe those guys are actually, maybe they really have a point by saying that it's karma just getting back at those people. Who knows? But again, I think it's primarily because of the drinking. Too much drinking, you might find yourself lying in a coffin very quickly. That's basically what I'm going to be saying. Anyway, thanks everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It's Naija Unsealed. Share with your friends, and also on we have our channel also represented on Facebook. That's on YouTube. On the Facebook page. That's Naija Unsealed on Facebook, on Instagram. We also have a Twitter handle. So make sure you follow us on Twitter also. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Thanks.